Hi, I'm Parent Coach K, and I usually have your parenting solution in a minute. I don't think I can do this in a minute, though. So if you will hang with me. For those of you who love what I used to love, which is positive discipline and gentle parenting, and it didn't work for me. And I made a decision that I was going to do everything, not not everything, but many things that were different from what I got growing up, which is the beautiful thing about having kids of your own, right? When I tried the techniques that are, I tried everything. When my son, uh, our youngest, was 4, he began tantruming and hitting me when he did not get what he wanted. And I tried all of the gentle parenting. And I'm on a website right now that pretty much encompasses all of it. But I tried these things, and the tantrums were getting worse. If you have a very well behaved child, then sometimes just looking at them or saying, you need to do, but my clients don't come to me with very well behaved kids. They come to me with wonderful, sweet, amazing, intelligent, gifted kids. uh, but the reason they're coming to me is because the tantrums haven't stopped, and many of my clients have tried these things and they haven't worked. If they're working for you, keep doing them. So I am on a website that's about gentle parenting, and it's talking about tantrums, and there's a long article because tantrums are very, intense and serious, and that's a lot of the problem, that we're supposed to, we think of these things. And I'm, again, I'm a parent coach because I was an exasperated parent. um, so it says things, reasoning with your child won't work when their emotions are running high. Well, reasoning with your child won't work, period, whether their emotions are high or not. um, it will only make a situation worse and prolong the tantrum, yada yada yada. Okay, this kid, it says this is what you will do. Name of your child, let's say Ryan. Ryan, and right now, and then describe the behavior, what you need to do, and give them a simple instruction. It says to repeat this information in a calm, consistent manner with your child. Let's give you an example. Ryan, right now you are yelling at your sister. What you need to do is look at me. And repeat this over and over again until you see some compliance. Avoid arguing, debating, or reasoning with your child. It won't work. Well, I do agree with that last part. And the arguing and the debating. Now, as soon as your child does even a little part of the instruction, maybe he just looks at you for a second, but then goes back to hitting his sister, praise him for it, even if they obey it partly or begrudgingly. Maybe it sounds like this. This is mine. Ryan, it's wonderful that you stopped yelling and hitting your sister and looked at me for just a moment. I'm so proud of you. Anything your child does close to the instruction requires praise from you. Praise helps de-escalate your child's mood and encourages your child to comply more with what you ask. Now, please, I want you to understand, nothing in here is about it's okay to be authoritative. It's okay to tell your child what to do. But praise him because that helps to de-escalate your child's mood. I that would not work for me. Can you imagine, you're in the middle, your child is screaming at his sister, and you're going, "Good, Ryan, you looked at me just a moment ago, and Ryan, I'm trying to praise you," right? Okay. And then your child, keep doing this till they comply with what you ask. In other words, the word ask. You can't tell them to do anything because that's going to damage your child psychologically. Because Dr. Huffer says that, for you Steve Martin fans. So they say, "Ryan, great job looking at me. Thank you. I'm your mother who's over here getting more frustrated and more frustrated. I'm supposed to say calm because no one has given me permission to tell you what to do." No, they said that would damage your psyche. Uh-huh. Yes. Then you begin the process again with a description of the behavior they're doing and a small instruction on what they need to be doing. Okay, I'm a busy mom with a job. I have 4 other kids, but I'm reading this website of how to solve my son's tantrum. Ryan, right now you are looking at me. Good job. And what you need to do now is take one deep breath. Yes, that's from the website now. Put your common sense hat on, please. Please. Okay. Does a kid ever, right now you're looking at me, what you need to do is take a deep breath. Okay, I'm hitting my sister. I'm screaming at my sister. Now I'm going to look at my mother and go, "Oh, thanks for letting me know." Now, if you notice, the website says all the behaviors that are described and given are very simple and specific to helping your child calm down. Keep it as simple as possible with one instruction at a time. The following instructions can be given to help a child calm down. Yes, a child who's pummeling his sister, or screaming at her, or pummeling you, mother, for that matter. Take a deep breath or do breathing exercises. Sing a song. Yes. Clap your hands. Your kid's having a tantrum and you're going to, okay. Now, by the way, I'm giving, when you have this is for children 3 and up. Okay, that this is talking about. Drum on the floor, blow out a candle, squeeze your fist or a stuffed animal, rip a piece of paper. These things can help your child calm down. Listen to a favorite song. Watch a YouTube video. Sure, that's a good one. Just get them hooked on that real young. Okay, and you will continue this pattern of describing a behavior, giving a simple instruction, praising them for that instruction. Doesn't this hurt your head? Wow. Once they do it, then describing a new behavior, giving another simple instruction. I want to. Okay. And praising your child until your child is calm. Oh my gosh, no wonder that women are the #1 consumers of anti-anxiety medication. You could look that up. This process may take some time for your children. You're right. Yeah, it could take years and years till you have a tantruming 13-year-old, 14-year-old, 15-year-old raging because they didn't get a car. Okay. While it may happen quickly for others, through this whole process, adopt the idea that progress is more important than perfection. Yes. And evidently more important than stopping the tantrum. Be patient, consistent, calm. Remember, when that child throws a tantrum, they're trying to communicate with you something they don't know how to. It's crucial to help them work through what they're feeling. And that's it right there. We have to work through what they're feeling. Are they able to ever turn around and say, you know what, Mom? Thank you for getting your spelunking gear and digging deep. Because I think what I'm feeling is a lot of rage towards the fact that I don't have a parent who's able to be authoritative. This is really messing me up psychologically. If you only knew where you stood, I might know where I stand. If you could tell me what to do in a calm, a consistent, confident manner, maybe I would stop my tantrum. Okay. All right. Tantrums often occur because the child is hungry, tired, overwhelmed, anxious, sad, or in need of attention. And then they direct you to their podcast. But they don't say here, tantrums generally occur because your kid hasn't gotten what they wanted. So let's assume they are fed. Okay, because I know you've given them great snacks. And they've had their nap. Okay. Usually kids are tantruming, as I said, because they haven't gotten what they wanted. So let's take your garden variety kid didn't get what he wants tantrum. Let's take that for just a moment. Okay. Let's assume that Ryan is well fed, is well slept. All right. Let's say he's a 4-year-old. Okay. Ryan, you need to turn off the video now. And I'm going to turn it off for you. Okay. Screaming, raging, and now you're going to do this. I see you're very angry that I turned the TV off, Ryan. What are you feeling inside? Do you feel rage? Yes, I know. I would hit me too if I were you. Uh-huh. Yeah, ow. Yeah. Ryan, I know. I see that you just hit mommy in the face. Yes. Ryan, can you just stop hitting mommy for just a moment? Good job, Ryan. Stopped hitting mommy so as hard in and good job, Ryan. Good job. All right. I found a parenting expert who helped me to overcome these challenges very simply and uh, inexpensively. Okay. And that's why I do what I do. So let me tell you what to do. Don't do any of this. I mean, you can, be loving and patient and tolerant and kind and do all of that. And you should be always loving. Okay. But is this working for you? I don't want to tell you what to do because I don't like when people tell me what to do. Even when I ask them, what should I do? Don't tell me what to do. I want you to get permission. I like it. I'm a little sensitive. Catherine, is it all right with you if yeah, go ahead. Yeah. And even then, I'm not always going to take the advice. Okay. So if I have permission, right, assuming if you're still watching, you can give Ryan, say he's 3.5, 4 years old, his very own area to have that tantrum in his room, Okay. Um, a little area of the house that's, a little small area, not a lot of fun things to do. You have to reduce the play value. And you don't, you, you're going to help him stop this. And this we're going to say, Ryan. And Love and Logic has a great thing. I love you too much to let you tantrum. That's great. I love Love and Logic. So you could say, Ryan, this is, I want to tell you something. You don't present this as a consequence. Ryan, guess what? You know what? I understand you don't always like what I say, and keep it real short because you can't reason with a kid. And I agree with them. That's the one thing I do agree with. Three things: don't yell, scream, heaven forbid, hit. No, so four things, and don't try to reason with your kid. They have that right, but telling you how to stop this tantrum, no, you're going to be here until the kid's like 18, and you're going to be wrestling him to the floor with the keys, and he's going to not going to respect you because this isn't a commanding way to be. Not demanding, but not a very commanding way to be as a parent. Really, I mean, okay. So, am I really going to post this? I just might. And remember, I loved all of this. I tried this. It just didn't work for me. So if it's not working for you, is it possible that it's because it doesn't work? Is that possible? Because consider that. If this does work for you, wonderful. I mean, really wonderful. All right, Ryan. And calm. When your kid is calm, you sit him down, give him some ice cream, or whatever you're going to give him, something gluten-free, whatever it is. Ryan, you know something? I love you so much. You're a great kid. Here's the thing, though. You're 4.5 or 5 years old, and I'm going to help you stop these tantrums. You're not having any fun when you have them, are you? No, of course not. So here's the thing. You have your very own area right over here. When you're having a tantrum, you need to go over there, and I'm going to take you there when you're having that tantrum. Now, if your kid's too big, you can't. Here's the thing. I'm going to tell you need to go there. Okay? Now, Ryan, you're 8. A lot of my clients have 8-year-olds still tantrum because they were doing this stuff. Okay, it didn't work for them. All right. Now, so but you're 8 years old. You're way too big for me to pick you up, right? Of course. So here's the thing. I expect you to go to that area, that tantrum place. You could go in there and scream. There's no breaking anything, but you need to yell very loudly. I'm going to put a cup of water in there because you could get, your throat could hurt when you're screaming. But that's your place to do that. And there's no hitting anything, breaking anything. You could go in there and yell. And when you're all done, just come out. Just come out when you're all done. But that's where you need to have that. Now, why are you giving him his own designated spot? Because you're telling him you can have your feelings. You're not going to say this to him, depending on the age. But I'm saying this to you as a parent. You can have your feelings, but you cannot dominate the house with them. Because you need to teach your child self-control. And it has to come from you. Because when they're older, a cop is not going to pull them over and go, hey, Ryan, how fast did you feel that you were going? I mean, I see you're angry right now that I pulled you over. Do you need to share about that? It's not going to happen, right? They need to get this now under your roof, or life's going to be very tough. Really, it is. So give him his own place to do that. Now, if he doesn't go there, I can't do it all here. Okay, coach at icoachmoms.com. Hop on a call with me. I can help you to do that. But tantrums can be stopped, generally speaking, unless there's some underlying issue, which is not my area. Okay, but parents who do this with, by the way, and I'll ask parents, does this happening at school? Oh no, he's great with his coach and with other teachers. Yeah, it's just happening here. Okay, ding ding ding. Yeah, it's happening at home with you because you have no boundaries and you're a little wishy-washy. It's not your fault, by the way. It's because you have people like Dr. Huffer telling us to do this stuff. Okay, that's why. All right, that's why I do what I do. So, coach at icoachmoms.com. Hop on a call with me, and I will actually give you the other part of what to do here. I just can't do this all here. Okay, and it's not rocket science, but sometimes there has to be a very calm consequence, not screaming or yelling, because all this stuff says is basically you're either your child's therapist, you're getting down to their level and going, hey, sweetie, what are you feeling right now? Let's talk about it. Or you're someone out of the 1950s going, I'm going to give you something to cry about. But there's a place in between. It's taking the best of traditional, because there was really good stuff there. Yeah. And it's taking the best of Brene Brown, because I love her. And everything that's about being as empathetic as possible and hearing your child. Okay. You got to take those two and bring them together. But you have one without the other, your kid's going to suffer, and you're going to suffer. Your home is going to suffer. Your marriage is going to suffer. Dog is going to suffer. Okay. All right. Thanks for listening. If you have any questions, shoot me that email, coach@icoachmoms.com. That is so my time, and I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving me yours. All right. I got to try to end this thing. It's the longest I think I have talked, because I usually go for a minute. I think I need Dr. Huffer. I got a lot to say.